I believe I'm live. Hello, my friends. It's 11 o'clock, and I am here with you again to just have a conversation. I wish I could hear you responding. I wish I could see you. I don't. So you are in my mental vision and in my heart, of course. So today's theme is fear. What is fear, and how can we even get rid of fear? Fear is a big issue right now, right? So, but before we get into the theme of today, let's just get settled in. Find a comfortable place where you can sit. Bring your shoulders up and unlock them, taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Visualize all of your worries, everything just drop down. Another deep breath in and exhale. Let it all go. Let it go. Release it. And after the next breath, after the exhalation, smile. Because if you cannot smile, then you are caught in a negativity. And smile, you cannot be afraid and smile at the same time. So that's why smiling is so therapeutic. Many people ask me, because I'm a naturopath, so what, Angelica, what do you do to protect yourself in this time? And I do a couple of things, of course, and I want to share this a little bit with you. Only takes a minute, and then we go into the theme of today, fear. What I do is I meditate. I find at least 2 times a day where I take everything around me and put it outside of my feeling, of my mental, of my awareness. And I turn inside of me and experience. I get in touch with my heart and with my soul, and I experience the incredible gift of life itself, the incredible awareness that I am here at this time, in this body, to have certain experiences. And that those experiences are precious, no matter what they are. So that's what I do. I also protect my lungs and my bronchs by doing breathing. We call it, because I have also practiced yoga, so we call it pranayama. I would love for you to do breathing exercises, because in times of stress and fear, and that's what we are all experiencing to a bigger or smaller degree, fear contracts you. Fear stops you from breathing in and out properly. You probably have very short in and out breaths. So. And usually we hold our breaths. We hold our breaths when we feel stress. So in order to alleviate that, to start in the morning with the awareness how important breath is, I think is a wonderful way to keep yourself reminding. And also a way to see if there is anything going on, any shortness, is to hold your breath. There is a saying that the longer you can hold your breath, the healthier you are. And I don't want to say, I know somebody who can hold their breath for 20 minutes. I'm not talking about that kind of extreme. But it should be easy for you to hold your breath for at least 20 seconds or 30 seconds. I have trained myself to hold it for a minute. It's really something that works your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the kind of autonomic nervous system. Hello, what's going on this morning with my speech? Your autonomic nervous system has the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic is the one that gives you the energy, that comes up especially when you have to run, when you have to fight, when there is something that keeps your attention and you have to make a decision. That's when the sympathetic nervous system is almost in a car, it's a gas pedal, right? And the parasympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system is the one that's like the brakes that calms everything down. You need it, for example, to fall asleep before you retire. Your parasympathetic nervous system should take control and calm everything down. And breathing does that too. So let me just demonstrate kind of how that would be. So you would take a breath in, not totally full, a three-quarter breath. Take a breath in like so, and then hold it. Just stop and relax your shoulders. Don't exhale. I cannot really speak and not let some air out, but hold your breath and just count. Okay, so maybe I demonstrate it right now for a count of 20. So I inhale, hold my breath. That was 20. And you can feel when you do this that you are calmer. And fear, of course, is stimulated by your sympathetic nervous system. It goes into overdrive. So what is fear? Fear is not a thing, even though we make it a thing. Sometimes fear can feel as if it's a thing. It can be sharp, it can be dull, it can be totally disturbing. But fear is a reaction in your body, a chemical reaction to an event, to an outside event, like the coronavirus right now. That's the event that probably can trigger fear. But it is not a thing, so it is a chemical reaction in your body. That's why you can counteract that with meditation, with breathing, with activity, with laughing, with dancing, with doing something nice for somebody else. And those are all the things that counteract or that change the chemistry of fear and neutralize it. Okay? So and fear is really something we cannot get rid of because it's the primal instinct. That primal instinct is from our crop brain, from our very ancient brain, beginning when our brain was formed. And it was extremely important, and it is still important today for survival. Imagination. For example, the caveman was not afraid of something that could happen in the future. The caveman, and that's our crop brain, was stimulated with fear and activity to fight or to run when a situation presented itself. So that's still with us because we don't want to go to the cliff and not be fearful and then just fall over. And that's probably not even possible unless we do this willfully, because that internal the internal reaction to saving our lives is faster than we can think. For example, you could step into a busy road. Well, right now there's not a lot of traffic on the road, but maybe it has happened to you before, where you were in your mind somewhere and you stepped and all of a sudden you realized, oh my God, you stepped back and then you realize there is traffic and it may have just saved you. That stepping back, shrinking back, that reaction did not come from your brain thinking. It came from the automatic response from your primal instinct to, because it reacts faster than you can think. So that's the good part. The not so good part about fear is that it occupies us because it is used to manipulate. It has been used since we were toddlers, probably, already in our childhood. We were made afraid to behave, to get punished if we don't behave. We were made afraid if we don't act in a certain way, that there are punishment again. So fear is also used in religion, it's used in politics, it's used in marketing. Fear is all around us. And it's covered very often in manipulation of, oh, you really need this, otherwise, this could happen to you. So we are really bombarded with triggers, with fear triggers. And that's why it is so important to become aware when fear is real and when fear is an imagination of a future event or something that could happen, but it's not really sure that it will happen. So to buffer yourself against that, what you can actually do is when you find yourself in thoughts about being worried about the future, what will happen with your health, with your finances, with your family and children, and all these different areas of our lives that we worry about. When fear really becomes very strong, you can ask yourself some questions, and those questions could be, why do I believe this right now? Why do I feel this right now? Investigate, and is it really, really true? What is the worst that can happen? And is it really going to happen? Of course, whatever is in the future, you do not know that it is going to happen. So, but sometimes some people feel better if they are prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That's a way of shielding yourself from unnecessary worry and fear. But the awareness and knowledge that fear is a primal instinct, that's what I really wanted to give you in today's message. Fear is a chemical reaction in your body that stems from a mental picture, a thought, an experience that you had in the past that is triggered again, but it is not real. Fear is not a thing. Fear is a chemical reaction. Okay? So then you can take steps to combat or to dismantle the fear by asking the questions. Is this really, really true? Is this really going to happen? No. So what can I do to shield or protect myself? What can I do to give of myself to others? Because when you are in the attitude of giving and blessing somebody else with either something you give physically or spiritually or in advice or loving or comments, whatever that may be, in the attitude of giving, fear doesn't have any space to exist. It can't. It also can't exist when you are occupied with with something that you love to do. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's artwork, maybe it's dancing. Dancing is a wonderful way to dissipate fear because you are fully involved in your physical activity and the joy you have with it. Also, guard yourself from the media, from constantly being in front of the TV. Guard yourself from online media where just one episode after the next, one fear factor after the next will be broadcasted. You don't need to be part of it. You don't need to listen to it because what it does, it just increases your anxiety factor in you. And we don't want that. It does not help with anything. It actually clouds your mind because making the right decisions needs for you to be clear, and fear muddles up and it's almost like your mind is like a clear mirror, and then fear throws mud and dirt on it, so you can't see clearly anymore. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but it just came to mind. So I battle with fear as well. I mean, fear comes up now and then, yes. I mean, I'm away from home. I don't like to be away from home. I'm out of the comfort of my own home. My husband and I, we are in Florida right now. We came here for important reason. And then this thing happened. And so we are still here and we are locked down now for, I don't know how long, a couple of weeks. A month. So that's it. And fear can come up. What's going to happen to us? Because in the Bahamas, we have not only our home but the beautiful beach. Even though right now I think the beaches are closed, but you have the comfort of being in your own environment. And the coronavirus is rampant in Florida, in Broward County, here, where we are. I didn't find any sanitizers anymore. No masks, no gloves, nothing. So going out and going to the food store could be a tremendous trigger for fear. And yet, if I let that bother me, I just used my mind and my knowledge of how to behave and what to do and not to do as a protective shield, but then I don't add worry to it, because if I do, then I'm lowering my immune system, and which means then I'm opening myself up to receive not only the frequencies, the negativity of others, but maybe even germs. So be mindful, but do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And so we are in all of this, all of us are in this together, really. And we all have to deal with it in our own way, in our own personal way. So if I can help you with any of these fear triggers, I would love to do so. Just post your question into the chat, and I will look at it and I will answer it to the best of my ability. Because we all experience fear in our own way. And sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel we want to talk to somebody who is not our family, who has some experience and some knowledge, and is not somebody who would say, oh my God, this is so terrible. I know how you feel and all of this. That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. What helps is a very calm and settled and spiritually infused wisdom and common sense, right? common sense is really important as well. So this is what I offer you, that you can ask me any questions about on any of the subjects that we are going to talk about. And today's theme was fear, what it is and how to get rid of it, how to combat fear. I hope you got some value out of this. And as I said, I am here for you. I want to share as much as I can of my experience and my training and my own soul wisdom, and share that with you. But you have to ask me a question. Okay? I love you and I protect you with my visual protective shield of love and light. And I am open. So I would like to ask you to be open and to observe and to be open to experience and be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself sometimes and just love yourself. Pamper yourself with something. It could be anything that takes you away from the TV or the social media, anything that is real, physical for your body. Because if it pampers your body, it will also pamper your mind and your emotions. Okay, that's it for today. 11:22. That's the furthest I will go every day. Sometimes it will be shorter, but never more than 11:22. Have a beautiful day wherever you are. Know that you are loved and protected because you have that within you. The God is within you. So speak to your soul, speak to your soul self, and it will guide you. Bye for now. See you tomorrow again.